I'll be trash.
Kinda.
Oh.
I wanted to wait a couple days to allow myself to get in character, to get into that trash mode, if you will, before I went ahead and commented on this video. A lot of people have commented specifically on the part where apparently she said all men are trash, and that's really the only clip I've seen, so I actually wanted to go through the whole video. Obviously I'm going to cut it down, just put in what I feel is important, try not to cut out any context. But I wanted to see the whole video for myself. I haven't seen it, so I'll be watching it for the first time, bits and pieces of it here with you. But again, I wanted to get into trash mode, gave it a few days, I got the hair going, gave this a couple days to grow out, got the closest thing I could find to a wife beater. So let's see if I fit into her definition of trash. Let's have some fun with this, let's go.
What's up?
So right off the bat, with the tone that she comes off with, right? A lot of times you can tell anybody's tone you're talking to. My tone when I'm talking about some of the stuff, whether I'm being more serious or more cynical, but you could tell from her tone right off the bat that she's about to get into something. And then what was that there at the end? She had a notepad, it looked like. What was she? Taking notes? She has a script she goes off? What is that? Come on now. You've done this a million times, girl. Look, I don't even use a script for the stuff I talk about. I think it's pretty obvious if you've seen my videos, but let's go ahead and get into some more of this. It really looks like she's getting ready to be feisty, though.
Something, as of recently, has been on my mind, and I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So, with that being said, this is a PSA
Teacher.
for all the men out there, and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues.
I guess I'm not
now,
included.
I will also
Too
say
old.
this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale, I mean, these women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people.
I don't want to get too picky with it here, but you notice how she said they range in all body types. I would bet they probably don't, but you notice how she said super white, and then she said super like, what was she going to say there? Super pale? That's not really a range, but, you know, I'm just having some fun with it. She may have that one black friend that individuals like to talk about that gives them that status to avoid the ism, right? Right. All right, I'm just giving her a hard time. Let's see what else she's got.
I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men.
Me?
It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys. It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to, I think, about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash.
You hurt
a lot
me.
of men don't know how to treat women.
You
A
hurt
lot
me.
of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I am going to help you.
She says some of the men. Sounded like earlier in the video she was saying all, but this time she kind of softens it to say some of the men. And she opened up the age range. Before, she was talking about the age range of her friends. I think it was, what'd she say, 24 to 36? Again, I don't take notes. Now she opens it up to, what did she say? 20 to 55, even 60. Even the old guys got lumped in. I was hoping she'd go with the old 20 to 40, so I would be just outside of that range. Now, she's got some advice, so let's hear it out. Maybe it's good advice, experience.
So, the first thing, and I've made notes, by the way. I've made notes. This is how invested
So that's
I am
what
in
she
this,
did
'cause I've
have.
been
She
thinking
did have
about
a
this for
notebook.
about 2 weeks solid now. First question for men. If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced. Are you actually single? That means single. You have nobody. You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked.
No
and
entanglements.
ladies, you should be asking it, because in 2020, the second thing
Not bad.
that I think is very important, that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out. Now, I know what you're saying, oh, it's COVID, people can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men, and my friends have experienced with men. Women do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal. We quite frankly don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested. And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or whatever. We don't want a pen pal. But that also
Not unreasonable.
leads me to my second point. This is going to be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do
Not
not
bad.
assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed. Make a plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you. When are you free? I want to see you.
I don't think this is unreasonable, just like the first point she had. However, just having a little fun with it again, once she takes her makeup off, she's done for the day. Now, let me comment on a couple things first. Sunglasses on the head indoors, might want to take those off first when you get inside. Just razzing her a little bit. I don't know about you, and this is for the guys. I'd want to see what she looks like without makeup. If she's telling me that she's done for the night after the makeup comes off, that makes me wonder what's hiding underneath there. Now, she's an attractive woman with makeup, and she's probably attractive without it, but guys, gals, I'm basic. Look at me, I'm simple. No makeup here. So I'd like to see what she looks like without makeup. So I'd be like, hey, what are you doing, Tommy? I know you took your makeup off for the night, so now can I come over? I'll bring the Chinese food. All right, let's see what else is going on. I don't really think this is too bad so far.
And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take this as a feminist rant. I love men. I think men are great. I think men have failed themselves, and they failed us. And I'm just trying to help you out, because I think there are a lot of really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think that there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not... FaceTime me, I swear to God. Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists, that don't look like Lena Dunham. They're saying these things to you, so I'm going to go ahead and say them because they need to be said. I am really so sick of my friends having to deal with trash men. I am tired of dealing with trash men. Next thing, value. Okay? Value. Take that in.
Fair.
Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense. Okay. If you want to date a girl that has nothing going on, then that's fine. But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious, please don't mix us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there.
Tatiana.
If that's what you want, find them. Please, for the love of God, do not mix us in with them because we don't want to be there.
I think this is valid as well. So what do we think, guys? Ladies as well. This goes without saying. This is on both sides of the coin. Even though this advice is coming from women, when I'm hearing advice like this or other kind of motivational individuals, inspirational type individuals, whether you're talking about like a Anthony Robbins or a David Goggins type individual, a Wes Watson, this applies to both sexes. Everything here can apply to both sexes. So, guys, ladies as well, why would you want to be the one out there? Like she said, if her friends really have a lot of stuff going on, obviously Tomi does. She's super busy, always on TV. Where does she work? I heard she worked at the Blaze. I don't know if she's still there anymore. I don't keep up with super conservative or super liberal sites. She's right, though, and this is what I've always strived for in my life. And I think I've been pretty lucky in my dating life and my love life throughout college up until now, up until marriage. I've always been able to find females who were in school and working, or already working as professionals. And I think that comes from situations I've placed myself in. And this is what I've always said. I thought about life from an early age, let's say when I was into my 20s finally. I always felt like the further up you went on the rung, well, I should say you as in me, but the further I went up on the rungs of life, so you graduate high school, yeah, big deal. But you go into college, maybe you go to a JC like I did, you get your associate's degree. Those kind of individuals that are at JC, you see the quality increase as you move on to a 4-year university. We move on to the 4-year. The girls look to be more stylish. And again, this is just recollection. Maybe I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm just having a positive memory of things, but the girls were better looking, had their stuff together, didn't look as trashy, obviously were smarter, had achieved to go from the 2 to the 4, right? So everything's a step. High school to the 2-year to the 4-year. And then after that, I stepped it up. I went to the master's program. Now you're dealing with a higher level of woman. And they know in return, the women that would see me in class and were maybe interested, they know they're dealing with a higher level individual as well. Somebody who's working, somebody who's already got a bachelor's. Like I said, it cuts both ways. I totally get what she's saying there in terms of having something going on. And it's what I've always said. Each step you take up in life, whether that's income-based, education-based, wealth-based, where you live in terms of the quality of your neighborhood, these situations you put yourself in, every step you take up, you're going to find higher and higher level men and women out there who are also in that similar situation as you. Tatiana's, I don't really know about that. I think she's just trying to be nice and say, oh, well, if you're somebody like me, this woman here, I assume she probably makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I assume what she's really trying to say is, why would she want to date the guy who works at a fast food restaurant or the guy who's a janitor or something like that? So that's just how I take it. But again, I think she's right. I've ranted enough on this, but each step of self-improvement, we'll say, I think you put yourself in a better and better position to attract somebody to you that also has those values and high standards.
Even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on. It's very unfortunate.
Shallow, right.
I don't think it's going to be fulfilling. But I would say to the men out there, try to maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious and have something going on or want to have something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company, but be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually might want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're going to need to find.